Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pickleball and Politics, where I combine my quest to stay out of the kitchen with my passion for politics. So first off, we always start with a little bit of pickleball. But first off, I want to say I haven't been around like all week. And I haven't done anything with politics or pickleball for that matter for the last 10 days or so, which isn't like me. But I've sort of felt since the massacre in Israel by Hamas that I am watching TV too much, watching the news too much, reading all sorts of news sources too much, watching live streams of Gaza too much. And there's been so much going on in the world, I've kind of forgotten to come talk to you about it. So, I always start with a little bit of pickleball. And I was playing the other day, and it was one of those rare days this October where it was actually chilly. And me and three of my girlfriends, we were huddled up on the bench, on the picnic table. And it was one of those attached ones, with the two benches and then the table in the middle. And guess what happened? When I put my little hiney on that bench, boom, the whole thing collapsed. We were all on the ground. We were laughing so hard. I'm telling you, I like to refer to my pickleball ladies as we're not just pickleball friends. We're sort of like our own little gang. And it was sort of funny because we were all so worried that we were calling up the city right away and letting them know we broke the table so they could send someone to fix it, because we didn't want them to think we were vandals. No, not a bunch of baby boomers. We're not vandals. So as I said, I have felt like ever since the attack in Israel by Hamas, I've just been watching too much TV. And not only have I been watching too much TV, I've been reading too much. There have been so many stories. I mean, it's been almost non-stop. And it all sort of started when Matt Gaetz himself, well, first it started with the extension of the debt limit. And that's going to when now? Around, I think, before Thanksgiving or so. We still got that on the horizon. That's not going anywhere, right? And then it was followed by Matt Gaetz getting Kevin McCarthy ousted as the Speaker of the House. And that started on all of this other little stuff, didn't it? We had the massacre by Hamas. We had the bombings by Israel into Gaza. We have continuing problems with Iraq. We have continuing problems in Lebanon with Hezbollah. We have a humanitarian crisis with all of these Palestinians in the Gaza area. Gaza Strip. We have marches and protests every single day, like thousands and thousands of people, which personally I find very, very hard to swallow for a number of reasons. And then just this past week, we had a manhunt in Maine. We had 18 people killed in a bowling alley and a bar on just a Wednesday night. We had Steve Scalise, or is it Steve Scalise? I think I know somebody whose last name's Scalise, and I say that sometimes, but Steve Scalise, they weren't letting him be Speaker of the House. Then we had the fight for Jim Jordan and votes. Nothing for him. Kevin McCarthy was trying to get himself back into that speaker role, and that wasn't going to happen. And finally, we settled on this week on Mike Johnson as our new Speaker of the House. And he's going to have nothing but trouble, too. Nothing's going to be easy for him. And it just seems like nothing is easy right now. There's just constant commotion. One story's worse than the last story you heard. We still have hundreds of people being held hostage by Hamas. It's sometimes more than I can take. And I am a news junkie. And since the massacre in Israel and then the airstrikes in Gaza, I've been watching this live stream. It's called Agenda Free TV, and it's on YouTube. And I love the guy. Sometimes he's up for 16, 18 hours live streaming in a row. Just straight news. But he does it in an entertaining way, and his chats are great, and I keep on going to that. So if you see Pickleball and Politics, if you go to his YouTube channel, like I said, it's called Agenda Free TV, and you see Pickleball and Politics making a few comments, that's me. But I found myself being drawn into this and not being actually able to process it all. And usually I'm pretty good at being able to process it all. But I have felt lately like there's just so much going on. And I'll confess, I've been to the casino a couple of times, put a couple of $100 in just to get my mind off of what's going on. Maybe had an adult beverage just to get my mind off of what's going on. But no matter where I am, I end up talking about what's on my mind and what is overwhelming me. So I haven't been here for the last, I did a drink review last week just because I needed to do a drink review, so to speak. I needed nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with the weight of the world that is so heavy on us right now. Because it's just a constant bombardment. And I keep on saying to people, I just want to go back to 2019. 2019 was such a great year. Everybody was working. Everybody was having a good time. We didn't have all of these problems. And I realized we're never going back to 2019. 2020 changed everything. And we might have some normalcy back, but I have still not had a day where I didn't see a person in a mask. Actually, I see as many people in a mask now as I did a year ago. I mean, it's just everything changed. And I keep on wishing it would go back to just, gas was up 5 cents. That was the big story going on. A phone call, a perfect phone call to the president of Ukraine. That's what was going on. We have real problems. We got problems with Iran. We still got to deal with North Korea. We got problems with China. We've got problems with Russia. We got problems in the whole Middle East. Armenia and Azerbaijan is having problems. Ukraine and Russia is at war. We've got Israel and the Gaza Strip. We've got Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. There's just so much going on. Never mind that the border continues to be flooded with illegals that we know nothing about. At the local hotel here that is housing, the entire hotel is housing migrants from Haiti, they've got an outbreak of scabies. I mean, it's just every single solitary day, there's more chaos surrounding us. And sometimes I think it's planned to keep our heads spinning so we're not able to concentrate or even comprehend what's happening around us. I guess we all need a break once in a while, but I don't think we're going to get a break. I really don't. So that's why I wanted to come on tonight and just said I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by the world right now. There's so many problems. And honestly, I don't know a way out of really one of them. I mean, the only problem we've had solved recently is that Mike Johnson is now the Secretary of State. I'm sorry, the Speaker of the House. He's not the Secretary of State. He is now the Speaker of the House. And it all gets a little overwhelming sometime. We still got a lot of problems, that's for sure. We still have a budget and all that's going to have to be dealt with. We still have a lot of politicians who want to send a lot of money to Ukraine. They want to help Israel. We've got people every single day, more and more people protesting. pro-Palestinian protests. I just don't know where this is all going. I just don't. And I couldn't be honest, and I couldn't come on here and talk to you if I didn't tell you where I'm really at. And I'm feeling a little overwhelmed as a total news junkie. I feel like they lie to us every single day. I feel our government lies to us. I feel the media lies to us. I just think it's just everywhere you go. Nobody's telling the truth. Nobody really cares. And it's all a little overwhelming. Also, it hasn't been great for me that there haven't been any good politicians. Chris Christie was in New Hampshire the other day, but I had a conflict and I couldn't go because I really want to see Chris Christie because I have the best question to ask him. You know, I had a great one for Vivek. If you haven't seen, it's linked under on my Pickleball and Politics website. It's linked on my YouTube channel that I asked a question to Vivek in Rye, New Hampshire, and it went viral. And it went viral on Forbes Business, and it had like 350,000 views. So I have that linked under other videos on my YouTube channel. So you might want to see that. It was pretty good when I got to ask him the question. I asked him about being a lifetime conservative myself and voting for Ronald Reagan as the first president I voted for. How could I trust he who, you know, voted Libertarian and Democrat, and he gave all kinds of answers of who he voted for in the past. But I asked Vivek, you know, how can I trust you if you just came, you know, to the conservative movement now? And so that went viral, and you can see that. That's on Forbes Magazine's Forbes Business site. And it's, I think, it's the name of it is I Hate to Put You on the Spot. So that is under Vivek Ramaswamy. You can go and look at that. That's me asking the question. Okay, you know I end every episode with the dink of the day. And the dink of the day might be me because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by all of the news these days. Just a little overwhelmed. And like I said, I can't be honest with you and not be honest with you. So hopefully the news cycles will slow down just a little bit and I'll be able to get my bearings a little bit because I just feel like it's boom, 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 boom. And I'm just not able to get my bearings on anything these days. So you can follow me on Twitter at Pickle and Paul. You can follow me on Getter or Instagram at Pickleball and Politics. You can go to my website, which is called Pickleball and Politics. You can go to my YouTube channel, Pickleball and Politics. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I love your comments. I want to know, are you feeling a little overwhelmed by all this news and unable to keep up and unable to really get a complete grasp of what's going on? I think that's what my real problem is right now. I'm having trouble grasping what is going on. And because there's so much going on. All right. Until next time, I'll see you again soon on Pickleball and Politics.